Hi, so I'm going to talk about some important features of the gradebook. I'm going to focus on everything over in this section. First thing I want to say is I have already done toggle full screen to make this gradebook, as you notice as I'm using my mouse to scroll down, much easier to scroll through. Okay. First, your sorting options for student. You could sort by first name, either alphabetical order or reverse. Same for last name. Okay, I leave it on last name A to Z, as then it correctly lines up with we use Infinite Campus, so my Infinite Campus gradebook. I have my anatomy classes linked. So here you will see I have the option to move in between different sections of my anatomy class without leaving the gradebook. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second and show you what this part looks like when you do not have a linked course. Okay, you can see when I do not have a linked course, that option, that first window for a drop-down is unavailable. Okay, I'm going to go back to my linked course and do the rest of this video from that section. Okay, here we are. So remember, this first section only shows up when you have linked courses. So now here I can choose all grading periods. We have quarters, marking period quarters. You can just highlight final or midterm grades. The nice thing about this one is if you are creating assignments that aren't graded and put them in the no grading period, you can still check them here. It would just sort the grade book by just those assignments. I don't have any in that section yet, so there's nothing to show. The next thing, which is very useful, is I can look at all materials. I like to look at this when I'm having individual conferences with students because it's going to tell me what their average is in each specific category. And I can look at a student and say, well, let's see, you have an 80 in assessments, awesome, but why is your classwork and your homework average, why are the two of those so much lower? Okay, or look at this, you are not doing any homework. This is just not acceptable. Okay. You can also sort by just specific categories. These categories show up for me because these are the categories I set up in grade setup. And then if you do have anything that is ungraded, again, that's another way to view that. Typically, I'm viewing all materials, so I have access to everything in the gradebook. Okay. However, if there were a bunch of homework assignments that I needed to check, I would just go to homework. Okay. The next option up here is due date. This gradebook can be a little clunky because here is the bar to move across to all of the assignments. Okay. Now, typically, you're going to be grading the most recent thing or checking the most recent thing. You see, I have some things here with these paper icons showing they were turned in, but not graded yet. So I like to do by due date descending, meaning the things that are due right now, they're going to show up first. If I click due date ascending, okay, I'll show you what happens, is the things that were due first this year show up here, okay? And now, in order to look at the most recent things, I have to scroll all the way over to the end, okay? You can sort by date created. Those ones I don't typically use. I typically leave this on due date descending so that the things that are due right now or upcoming are closer to the front. And then the last thing here is in the